What is up, YouTube? This is Stealth Heart Gamer here, the very special edition of Halo Wars Shenanigans. So, in the past, and in the past, I mean like the past couple videos, you have seen us just mass one unit, which is essentially what we do against this. But in the past, we have always done it either as a 3v3 or 2v2 against the AI. In this special Shenanigans, which is a four-part, hopefully a four-part show video, it's actually the four of us, which is me as in Stealthheart, Midget 9, Mr. Bajiggles, and Boomk, all of which were in my previous videos. We're actually all in this in a 2v2 doing suicide grunts. So instead of us going against the AI, we're actually going against each other, which because this just happened because one day when we recorded this, we were all like on Xbox Live. Mr. Bajiggles wanted to do the Suicide Grunts video, so did Josh, and Boomk was on. He was playing Dragon Ball Z though. I went to invite him, I saw Boomk got on, so I said it's not fair that we do a 3v3 and he not be in the video after he just switched. So we all decided that we'll do a 2v2, and it actually turns out pretty exciting. Kind of a turn of events in the middle of it, and another turn of events at the end. This is a lot more, how should I say, enjoyable more than the ones we have done in the past, just because there's actually skill involved in this rather than the other ones just build massive units, charge out. So I don't think I'm going to go too heavy on the details in this video, simply because there's not much going on. Yes, my partner who is, oh right, the teams is Stealthheart, which is me, and Midget 9, which he's the epic Halo Tracks guy, against Mr. Bajiggles and Boomk. Let's just say Mr. Bajiggles wasn't happy with Boomk as his partner because he thinks he sucks when he's actually pretty decent, but I'm not going to get into that. Sorry. So, in this first video, I'm not going to say much about the game itself unless I see something that is actually relevant, I guess, simply because not much happens in this. Now, Midget 9 comes up with a pretty decent strategy to actually try to hold them off longer, or long enough for us to build up an army. But I don't know if he actually employs that into this specific part of it. If he does, I will mention his strategy, tell you guys what his plan was. Sorry. So, and I also want to give you guys an update while this is still like low, dip down. In the future, I plan on trying something new. Rather than me sitting here recording it, then commentating over it like I am now, I'm going to play the games, but I'm going to have all the audio coming through the TV, so the capture card also records that audio, so I can see if I can get some like live audio in this rather than me just commentating over it, because all the stuff we say in mid-game is quite hilarious and most of the time stupid, but it's easier to do that rather than me commentate over a 56-minute long video. Which, granted, I'm probably going to finish this up all in one day, but it's just having other people's views on the videos besides just my own. Like, I know Midget 9, he has a capture card. I guess if he wanted to, he could have captured all of what he was doing too. We could have did like a little, not a mashup, but like, you know, I'll release a video on my channel, he'll release his view on his. But, I don't know. That's just kind of out there, but I just figured I'd say that. Yeah, just in the future, expect live audio, not me commentating over everything like I am now. If I'm trying to figure out how to do that, the best I can do is just have my mic audio go through the TV as well as everyone else's. I don't know if you guys know another way to do that. It'd be great. I'd be highly appreciative if you could tell me that. So, here in the game, I don't even bother with shield generator. I believe everyone else gets one but me, at least on my main. I think I'm just waiting now for just all the I'm waiting to upgrade my suicide grunts all the way before I even do anything. So, because me personally, I think it's smarter. I'm not sure if Midget 9 starts this tactic in this part of the video. I'm almost positive he does, but I'm not 100% sure. You might see me saying something on his tactic later on in the video, or maybe you'll see it in the next part. I know if it's not in this part, it's in the next part. Sorry about that, I had to get a drink. So, I just got the Age of Doubt, and there I'm just getting really impatient because I kind of want. What I figured this battle would be, I figured this would be just two huge armies at whichever team could. Actually, Josh is actually moving out now. Okay. I'll get on that as he gets closer to the enemy base if this is where he starts his strategy. So, what was I saying? I completely forgot what I was saying. Fuck it. Okay, so what the hell was I saying? Huh. Whatever. So, here goes Josh. I don't... Yeah, know what? Forget it. I'm just going to call him Josh. I don't really care. Josh is Midget 9. I'll probably refer to him as that. It's a lot easier because Josh is a lot easier to say than Midget 9. I really need to get out of that habit, though, but, you know, I'm just so used to calling him that rather than just Midget 9. I may refer to... Nah, I'm not going to. So, Midget 9, I'm going to try to say that, but if you hear Josh, they're the same person. So he is, I believe, at this point in the game, I figured he was just scouting around, making sure they're not trying any cheese, as I like to call it. You know, like going for another base somewhere and just that kind of stuff. I'm building turrets, not because it's going to take me a while to get an army up, more of the fact that if they attack me, it'll be easier for me to stop their attack if I have at least some turrets to help me. So Josh goes for an early expand at the 6-minute mark or something like that, somewhere close to that. Which, granted, I'm not going to commentate this like a StarCraft, but I'm going to sit there and, you know, kind of state what they're doing. I'm basically just I'm basically upgrading and building up my suicide grunts to prevent any early pushes. Josh is moving down to their bases on the left side. I believe I get a picture of that. Or I think I might just start laughing after I see it. So, here I'm getting all the turrets. I'm upgrading the infantry simply because we're not doing anything else besides suicide grunts. So I come over here. I see Josh's push. And I'm trying to figure out what the heck he's doing. He doesn't want to state it because at this point in the game, all of us are actually in the same party. He didn't want to tell me what he was doing. I didn't want to tell him what he was doing. So I was just kind of laughing. So here I'm watching the attack, okay, and I guess since in this video I will tell all of you Midget 9's strategy. So, if you've all seen Mr. Bajiggles before play this game, he's not the best there is. Like, I'm not saying he sucks or anything, but I'm not gonna say he's like, you know, I'm not saying he could go on like StarCraft to completely dominate everyone. That's not what I'm saying. But at this game, he is good enough to hold his own against like everything besides a gigantic push. And what Josh was doing is that since there's two of them, he knows Boomk is very good at trying to like not turtle in, but he likes to hold back until like he gets a huge army that he's gonna push out. Mission 9's strategy is to continuously send little groups of suicide grunts to Paul's, or by Paul's I mean Mr. Bajiggles' base and hold back his army for as long as he possibly can. Now granted, all of his guys are getting murdered by the time they get there, but Paul is holding... God bless it. Mr. Bajiggles is not building up an army. Mission 9 strategy was just... It actually works here at the beginning game. His whole strategy is just to stop Mr. Bajiggles from getting an army. Like here I figure like being a douche, I build a base there, but that's, you know, nothing special. So I build a base. Mission 9 is in there doing his strategy, sending little groups in. They're all getting slaughtered, but it is keeping Mr. Bajiggles' armies at bay. At this point in the game, you probably won't see much of Boomk until maybe part 3 of this video, simply because I'm not gonna say he didn't do much because he actually did a lot, but he is similar to me. I like to not hold back, but I like to build up a mass army before I actually charge out there to heighten my chances of winning. So I do that. I'm building shield generators on this base because I know one thing about it is that Mr. Bajiggles, he hates to expand. He will if he needs to, but he hates to. I don't know if he hates to, I don't know if he just forgets. But I think he forgot to realize that it's easier and faster to build suicide grunts off of 2 bases rather than trying to pump out 40 or 50 of them from 1. So I took this base mostly just to have a second gateway for my suicide grunts and to kind of annoy them a little bit because it would stop their economy or stall it if they wanted it. It kind of backfires on me because I throw all these minerals into into this base rather than making suicide grunts. So this video could have ended maybe a little bit sooner, but I was too busy throwing all my crap into that base. Like I build shield generators when I could barely get enough to get any shield generators. So there I was contemplating whether I should buy the supply, whatever they're called, warehouses. I think they're for the Covenant. Because I figured it's gonna be a waste of my money if I just sit here and build this base and not produce anything off of it. But I don't think I end up building any warehouses on it. And in this last couple minutes of the video, nothing major happens. Midget 9 does the strategy for the entire game. He sits there, sends little groups of units, and he keeps bringing them and bringing them and bringing them, trying to stop Mr. Bajingles from making a huge, massive armies. Because as Midget 9's strategy works, it also leaves our main bases with 1 army to defend, which is mine. If they both combined their armies together and attacked us, then we would have lost. So his strategy was very, not dangerous, I would say, but here I'm gonna get sidetracked here. I lock this base up. Everyone, I want you to remember that I'm locking up this base. It plays a huge part later on in the game. But his strategy, if they were to combine their armies and attack us, then we would have been decimated, which is why he's trying to keep Mr. Bajingles back. Because he's also, Mission 9 this is, not he's not researching anything for a suicide grunt. So he has just the basic run-of-the-mill suicide grunt. While I'm getting all the upgrades, and so are they. So Mission 9 is just trying to stall them. I believe it was Boomk. I'm almost positive it was Boomk. Sent some troops up to the bend, and we're on the docks, if you don't know that. I don't know if he was going for an early rush. There's his couple guys. I sent my army up there. I think Boomk wanted to try it, not an early push, but I think he wanted to try to hit up Mission 9's base, try to deal some damage, but thankfully he has a base right where he was going to run past. So I started bringing my army over to try to block him off, because, you know, everything's at their main. My army is sitting there. My army's blocking them off. I don't think I suicide them. I think I just start shooting them. So Boom decides to take his guys and suicide his second base, which I don't even think it took down the shields. He did that probably just so he wouldn't lose money on him, but in the end he still did. Probably would have been easier to attack my army. So here they're attacking my second base, where honestly I'm pumping so many resources into that base. I don't see a point in it. They're wasting their time and effort to try to destroy the base when I'm just wasting my money on it. I started moving my guys up here, but sadly this is the end of part 1. I will see you guys in part 2 later.